Good morning, guys. Coming at you a little later today. I'm still morning. Haven't been to work yet. Man, I had a hell of a morning. So here's the thing, man. Woke up this morning, ready to go to work. Got my stuff together, left out. Car was gone. Didn't know where the hell the car was. So I'm like, what the fuck? I have a sticker, because around this area, you gotta have a sticker in the windshield displays, so when the snatch truck comes, they see it and they don't tell you. So I had a sticker here because when I originally moved in, like, I think this was like 3 cars ago now. The way shit's been has been crazy for me almost the last year, but about 3 cars ago, I had moved in and shit. So I had a sticker when I had moved in on that car. So what eventually happened was two of my cars got totaled. The first car I moved in here with got totaled. And then the second car I had got totaled. Then I had a third car. That car went up. Fucking head gasket went up on that damn thing. So I got another car and shit. This ain't even mine. But I ended up buying another car and I'm using it right now. So what basically happened was I had the sticker displayed in the windshield, but with the damn people rental office didn't tell me was if you don't have a new sticker for your new car and the tag, they'll tow your shit. They didn't tell me that at all. That's something they happened to leave out when I was moving in. So I ended up having to go to the fucking impound. I thought the car got stolen at first, and I'm like, yo, it's a fucking PT Cruiser. But I mean, I ended up having to go down there to the fucking pickup yard or the tow truck yard and pick the car up and pay $250 goddamn dollars, which I did not fucking have, honestly. So I had to pay that shit to get the car out of the impound, running late. Now I'm just waiting for the car to warm up and everything. It's a fucking mess, man. But yeah, it's a hell of a morning. I thought the car might have got stolen, but had to wait for the rental office to open like for an hour and shit. And they opened, the lady had told me, yeah, you can't. You know, you gotta, if you switch cars and your tag's different, you gotta have another sticker for that tag because some numbers on the sticker match the tag. Which again is news to me because the first time I had which is really weird because the first time I had moved in, I had a different car, but that shit got totaled and I got another car. But yo, I had this same sticker on the other car for like 6 months damn near, maybe 5 months. Never had no problems. Of course, it was a 2015 Subaru STI, and it had the all-wheel drive. So maybe that's why the snatch truck didn't take it, because they knew they were gonna fuck something up if they did. So I mean, it was on display or whatever, and I never got told. Nobody ever fucked with it. So I'm like, cool. Next thing you know, this shit happens. So I'm like, bruh, how in the hell? And then they explained it to me and shit. I'm like, yo, y'all did not tell me this when I moved in. I gave you the information. You told me as long as I have a sticker displayed, I'm good, which I had. And I made it a purpose not to park here until I got the sticker off the old car, the other Subaru that went up. Head gasket went up. So I made it a point not to park here until I got that taken care of. So I ended up getting that taken care of. The sticker switched and still had to fucking get the goddamn, got the car towed, got it out of the impound. But yeah, this shit was it was a nuisance, man, really. So that's the morning I'm having. I'm about to head in a few minutes. Wanted to chop it up with you guys real quick first. A couple things happened to me, man, since last time I did the video. I lost a good friend of mine, man. He's a good guy. Guy named Thomas. I used to work with him back in 2004. 2004 was a great year for me, man. There was a lot of good things happening, man. You know, the shop me and my dad run basically was doing very well. A lot of business coming in. We had a lot of money back then. Nice cars, all that good stuff. Family was good. Everybody was prospering. Our immediate core family was close. And then, you know, I was younger. I was in good health. I didn't have no health issues and no shit like that back then. My family, not distant family, my cousins and aunts and uncles were all relatively closer than we are now, that's for sure. Shit changed in the last, I want to say the last 14 years. Shit changed, man. It got to the point where we don't even talk to each other no more, man. Family is crazy, yo, but, you know, sometimes you just got to cut the negativity out. That's one thing I learned. Like, yo, with family, man, you gotta be careful because, you know, you think blood is blood, but yo, sometimes, yo, it's better to just, yo, you got some people that are friends that are better than family members, yo, and that's crazy, man. I always had problems with my family because they were always fucking jealous of me. Like, yo, they would just say fucked up shit about me for no reason. Like, I didn't fuck with nobody. They would just say fucked up shit about me for no reason. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is y'all problem? And it's because I guess they was jealous, man. But jealous of what, yo? Like, I ain't even rich or nothing like that, yo. I'm just a dude that didn't get in trouble. Maybe it's because, you know, a lot of them didn't have their fathers around and shit. So I had my dad around and he actually took care of me and my family. I think that might be what it is. They jealous that they didn't have dads or whatever to help them out. But I mean, that ain't my problem. That ain't my fault rather. I ain't trying to be a dickhead about it, but your father walked out on you. I mean, what the fuck you want me to do about it, yo? I ain't telling him to walk out on you. You know, that's the conversation you need to have with your mom, not me, or about me. You know, it's because I was blessed to have a family, an immediate family that's relatively close. That ain't something you should hold against me for real. You should be, especially since you family for real, you know? But not everybody sees shit that way, man. Sometimes people just need to be cut out. You know, it's like a cancer or like a poisonous fucking ingredient. Yo, you just gotta completely take the ingredient out or leave that shit out in order to have a good meal, man. So that's what I learned pretty much. But yeah, it was family is a very interesting thing. But anyway, no. So getting off topic. Good friend of mine, you know, he ended up dying and shit. I remember 2 years ago, man, I had went to his house party because, you know, I kept in touch with him here and there because we were gamers, man. That dude was a gamer, man. He was a good gamer too. We used to play Call of Duty. The first Call of Duty I got on was Modern Warfare 2. And I remember at the time, he was telling everybody, like, yo, get that, get that, get that. He was still coming up to the shop, you know, when we worked at, because he wasn't working there at the time, but he was still cool with everybody. He didn't leave on bad terms. He just got a different job. So he ended up, fucking string on my head and shit. He ended up, my hair's a mess. But no, he ended up getting another job and shit at the airport. So he would still come to the shop and say what's up to us, because he was cool. He was cool with everybody. Thomas was a good guy, man. So he was telling us to get the Modern Warfare. So two of my coworkers at the time got it. He had it. And like, yo, they was telling me all week, like, yo, we been getting online. Yo, shit was crazy last night. It was like a war zone. I'm like, oh yeah, let me try this out. So that's the first one I played, was that one. I remember it was me, it was Thomas, and it was my two other coworkers. Bro, we was in a party together. Thomas was like a savage beast. This man had like 29 kills and like 7 deaths. And honestly, I had like 50 deaths and like 2 kills. Like, I ain't know how he was doing that shit. He was good at it though, man. But that was my first Call of Duty experience, man. He basically put me on with the joint, and my coworkers did too. So big ups to them, man. But then Black Ops came out, and he was playing on that. He didn't particularly like Black Ops, and he was on Modern Warfare 3. And his name was, screen name was Black Ice, I think. I can't remember what the numbers were to follow, but it was Black Ice. That was his screen name. But yeah, man, Thomas was a good guy. But I was happy for him when he ended up getting the better job, because, you know, dude was just another black man in America trying to find his way, man. I was glad he did. He came from a bad neighborhood, man, but he was like the diamond in the rough. He was a good example of don't let your environment determine who you are, man. He was a great example of that, yo. Because he grew up in, I believe it was like I can't remember exactly. It might have been Cherry Hill area. But I remember him telling me, like, yo, he grew up in the fucking hood. Like, yo, shit was shootouts and shit was going on outside his house. But, yo, Thomas, yo, he was like a pure-hearted dude. Dude was into video games and shit, yo. He was close to his dad. He had both parents, which was, you know, if you know anything about the black community, having both parents around that's something that we just talked about. That's something that's very it's not very common, you know. Either dad's gone, or in most cases, sometimes the mom may be gone. I know a few situations like that. But he was a good dude, man. So, you know, he ended up getting a job at the airport and everything. So he was working there for a while, and he got constantly promoted because he was a good worker. So eventually it got to the point where he was so good at his job, another head manager position opened up, but it was available in Alaska. And since he was the next candidate available and shit, they was like, look, we can offer you this job, but it's all the way out of Alaska, but they paying almost $100,000 a year. So he told me about it. I'm like, yo, jump on that. Like, yo, you ain't got no kids. You ain't got no no wife or nothing like that. You basically a bachelor, bro. Like, yo, pack your shit up and leave. What is here in Baltimore, man, for guys like us? Ain't nothing here, yo. Go ahead and take your shit and leave, man. Stack that bread, yo, and if you want to come back later, come back correct. Get yourself a house and shit, man. You already got good credit because you know you've been doing the right thing with your car and stuff like that. He had a Cobalt that was nice, SS Turbo Cobalt. But yeah, man, it's a good man, yo. But he ended up moving to Alaska, and I remember I went to his house party before he left and shit. The last time I saw him, yo, and last time I shook his hand, and I told him, yo, man, you a good dude, yo. You deserve everything you get, man. Really, I'm very happy for you, man. I just want you to be happy because you're a good person, man. And I told him, man, you know, I'm gonna miss having you around, bro, because you was always the level-headed, positive dude that I actually looked up to Thomas kind of, man, because he always kept that positive mind state, yo, and he never let anything pull him back, man. So Thomas was a good dude, man. But there's a boat, something happened on the docks up there in Alaska, and he ended up falling in the water. He ended up drowning, man. So that shit hit me hard when I found out, man. Me and my coworkers, shit, man, it affects people differently, I guess, but for me, it was like, yo, I don't know, man. I just wasn't cool with the way he went out, man. Honestly, like it didn't feel like a guy like him deserved to go out like that, man. Honestly, but my other coworker, you know, it took a while to hit him. Some people feel things differently, but deal with things differently. So yeah, man, that was pretty hard, dude. And I haven't, luckily, man, I've been lucky because I haven't had to deal with a lot of death in my life, honestly. I mean, I had people here and there, but nobody like I was really close to. I really had to deal with the whole death situation. But he was a good guy, man. So you don't meet people like that too often in life. So I mean, I'm best I can do right now is I'm trying to find out when the service is, and I'm, you know, trying to get in touch with his family. I actually went to high school with a dude who I didn't know that knew him, and that's how I found out what happened. Like, I saw a Facebook post, and it was a picture of a guy, in, like a high school graduation picture. I'm like, yo, this look like my man. Nah, this ain't my man. Ain't no way. Yo, and sure enough, I talked to the guy that I knew that I went to high school with. I didn't know he knew him. So I called him, and sure enough, that was him, man. And shit just been, it's been hard, man, but I just need to know when this service is gonna be so I can check that out. So, man, yeah, if you got somebody you care about, man, or if you got somebody that's a good person and you honestly look up to him and you feel, because I think Thomas was a little bit older than me, if I'm not mistaken. He might have been 2 years older than me, but man, if you got somebody you care about, or if you got somebody that, you know, a good person and you know it and you don't want to see anything bad happen to him, yo, just let them know you care about them somehow, man. You know, don't be afraid to reach out, because your life is, you just never know what's going to happen, man. You never know what's going to happen at all in life, yo. People can honestly get taken away quickly, so just try to be mindful of that, you know, from throughout our everyday endeavors. We get so busy with paying bills and money and all this other stuff, like the stuff I dealt with this morning, but you can't lose sight of what's important, man. You got to make sure you tell the people you care about, or the people you know, the people that you look up to, or people you believe in, or whatever, that you care about them, man. Because right now, I feel like, even though, you know, he moved, I could have just been in touch with him more, but you don't want to be kicking yourself after the person's gone. So that's just something I want to get off my chest. Anyway, you know, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, of course, the like button was talking trash, so make sure you mash them out. Let them know you ain't no punk. If you can hit the like button with your knuckle, you're a good puncher. And studies show that, you know, doing something good for somebody makes you happier. So if you can hit me with a subscribe, that'd be very nice. I'd appreciate it, and it can make you feel better about yourself too. Let me know what you guys think. So meanwhile, I'm gonna go punch this clock. Don't forget what I said. You guys have a nice day. Peace.